Hey guys, what's up? So, wow, I told you I'll be off stream for a while because uh, I'm involved in other projects like trying to make my own game. But then I think I might get back to streaming when I finish this. I might get back to streaming. So, I was going to get a new wireless headset, but surprisingly, I found very conflicting data over the web. And very questionable data. It's obvious that wired will be always better than wireless. But this doesn't mean that we should stop the development of wireless headsets or even wireless mice and keyboard. Wireless mice and keyboard, the latency is pretty low, like 1 millisecond. So I guess you need 1,000 frames per second to get to consider this latency really high, and we are very far from 1000 frames per second, at least for PUBG. And other games that are simpler than PUBG, I don't think you can play them at 1000 frames per second. Maybe if you have a very powerful computer like a NASA supercomputer, I don't know. But in this case, I think the game is not optimized to use all the resources given by this NASA supercomputer, so it's pointless. So I think today's games, I don't know, a competitive shooter like CS:GO or PUBG or other that plays at 1000 frames per second, given the right settings and computer. I never heard of. But on PUBG is really, I think it's probably impossible if you're not on the lobby, of course. So 1 millisecond is pretty reasonable. But I think what's exciting is that it's not because we know that wired technically will always provide better latency than wireless. This doesn't mean that we should like, okay, let's all wire the shit and let us give up on wireless. Wireless for me has many advantages and it's better than wired. For example, the mice, the cable has a weight and it's not a way to be left aside, and it adds to the weight of the mouse. And this weight you have to make it may seem minimal, but actually perfection is about the minimal details. So when you pull the mouse, you have to pull the cable also. When you push the mouse, you have to push the cable also. When you move the mouse, the wire may influence your control over the mouse. So wireless is superior in my humble opinion. Keyboard also, I told you about the cable. Depending on the position of the cable, if you shift the keyboard like this, like some pro players play, like instead of playing like this, like I play, for example, they play like this and control the WSD keys here. So the cable might get in the way of the mouse. So wireless, you won't have this problem. And two less cables on your desk, and we have so many cables on a gaming PC. The wireless headset, I think, is just like I don't like the cable getting on my way, and it's one less cable for the PC. But let's say like 1 millisecond on keyboard and mice. I know we get this at least as advertised by Logitech. I'll pretend I believe them. Honestly, I believe them. They are a serious brand for gaming and trusted by pro players, many pro players. So 2 points. But a wireless headset, yeah, the latency of wireless headset is still not up to par according to my research. So 1 point less. 2 points plus, 1 point negative. So I still have 1 point in advantage. Yeah, I was just kidding about this 2 points against 1 point. But actually, I think what's exciting is that we set up to the challenge. Like, let's challenge ourselves. Let's try to develop a wireless devices for esports that are at least comparable to their wired counterparts. So that's a pretty nice challenge. So if we set up this challenge, let's try to develop this technology and see how far we can go. And if wireless becomes better and better and comparable, I don't mean better than wired. Okay, yeah, we have wired that have wired devices that have more latency than wireless. But probably these wired devices, they are not the latest wired technology. So if you pick the best wired out there, it will probably outperform the best wireless. That, in my opinion, and it will probably always be the case. But my hope is that we can get really close to wired, so that the difference is very small and very hard to perceive. And if this is the case, then like in a pro tournament like PGC, PGI, where everyone plays in local environment, a local network, well, we can force the players into playing wireless. Okay, you say the PC you play on, but it has to be wireless. Wireless keyboard, wireless mouse, and maybe wireless headset, or maybe not if the wireless headset uh, get toe to toe with the wired headset. And I think that's because there are many advantages to wireless. I think for me now, if the only thing I can recall now, the only disadvantage for me on wireless is that you have the latency, added latency. But 1 millisecond is pretty low. But I got many weird data. So the Lightspeed wireless of Logitech has still high latency, and this headset, which is a budget one, has a very low latency according to Artings. I'm not sure I can trust their methodology. I don't know how it works, their methodology. I know there is one way to measure input lag, like you press a button. No, you press a button and see when it will happen on screen, and when it happens, you stop the watch. I heard this is a method. I don't know. I don't think they do the same for the wireless mice because like or wireless headset because like 20, 30, 50, 100 milliseconds. I don't think we have this reaction time to press the button that fast. That's just what I think. I could be wrong, of course. But I know one methodology is that to measure the input lag. I don't think that's the one they employ, but I very much doubt the methodology because, yeah, they advertise Lightspeed wireless and it's worse than this budget one. This budget one, according to Archins, has 20 milliseconds, which should be bad, but compared to all the other headsets, is among the best in the world, surprisingly. So I'm not sure I can believe them. And Logitech Lightspeed Wireless, which is Logitech's proprietary technology for wireless gaming and esports, has like 40, 50 milliseconds. So I thought 28 milliseconds for my other headset was unacceptable. Wow, the best I can get is 20. If I spend a lot of money, I can get one at 12 milliseconds. Man, and the one that I said from Logitech is 9 milliseconds, it's actually 70 milliseconds according to Artings. So I don't really understand all the details. I don't know how this influences and how this mingles with the ping because my ping is 15, 20 milliseconds and the headset has higher latency than my ping, the time that the signal takes to travel from my the time that the signal takes to travel from my home to the server and then back to my home because we need to interact with the server for the updates to the game. So I'm not sure how this interferes with the latency of headsets. So I'm not a electronic engineer. Uh, this is not my background. But of course, I can understand one or two things about it, but not everything, of course. And I can have an opinion as a layman. So I think it's exciting to see the wireless devices being developed and becoming up to par to wired. Even though wired will be superior, the wireless is comparable and competitive. Not as competitive, but it's still competitive. And in a dream scenario, all tournaments, big tournaments like PGI and PZC, would be played with wireless devices. Wireless devices. So, uh, well, man, I'm really surprised. I have a friend who was pro player of PUBG Mobile. I like to call him champion "Hey champion, how are you doing?" Yeah, because he was a champion of a big tournament in PUBG Mobile, the PUBG Mobile Pro League, which has lots of viewers, hundreds, tens of thousands of viewers, and he was a champion one of these tournaments. He's still very young, and wow, he has a bright future ahead, I guess. He managed to be gold by playing with the 120 ping. That's insanely high on ranked, and he is diamond and top 500 player in Latin America, playing from the US. It's crazy. That's crazy, man. Uh, so I learned a lot. I thought I knew pretty much about everything on PUBG, and I just needed to practice. But I kept getting my ass kicked very hard on Team Deathmatch. Then I decided to watch a few videos. Maybe I'm doing something wrong on peak shooting, and I learned a lot of stuff, like I tell you here. So PUBG, crosshair placement, pre-aiming, picker's advantage. Pre-aiming, I would say chess, anticipating your enemy movements. So I'm happy because I got, I think today, 3 kills by using the and the picker's advantage. I remember I was watching streamers, and these streamers would say, "Oh no, this is picker advantage." They would say this all the time, and I would say, "Ah, picker's advantage. Okay, if I pick, only my head will be visible," and that's the advantage. The other one who is not picking, he can see only my head. It's much harder to aim, and I can shoot at his own body, his whole body. But it's not that. It's more complex than that. The picker's advantage, if I understood correctly, is like if you pick very quickly, uh, the person who is picking, I can see my opponent and my opponent cannot see me if I do it fast enough. It'll take. It's not like like you take longer for him to notice me because it's not a glitch, it's not a hack, it's not anything like that. All FPS games are like that. So I don't know still the reason, but maybe to encourage people to do that and make the game really competitive. But wow, this means that if there is this advantage, you should use and abuse this. So you pick shoot and go back to cover. And in PUBG you have another reason to pick shoot and go back to cover because this I already knew. If you shoot, the longer is your spray, the harder the recoil will be to control. So you pick, shoot, and go back to cover. If you do this very quickly, it will be very hard for your opponent to notice you. Maybe by the time he notices you, he will aim, and when he aims and tries to shoot, you are already back to cover, because it's not immediate. Like there is the picker's advantage. Those who are picking have the advantage over their opponents. Pre-aiming, or well, I discovered this by myself. Maybe because I heard of pre-fire from uh, Pistola, coach for Entropic. He was a pro player in North America before being coach of Entropic. So pre-aiming, like you when you are moving, you try to aim at the locations you think your opponent will be. So anticipating your enemy's movements. And crosshair placement is maybe it's related to pre-aiming. You just try to put a crosshair. Like if you are going up a stair, you point to the top of the stair. So if your opponent shows there, you can shoot him. And if you go around walls, you aim at the peak, at the corner of the wall, not at the wall. And I think, if I understood correctly, it's like that. So when you peek, you are already with the crosshair very close to the opponent. So this means if you are aiming at the opponent, if you're not doing the crosshair placement, you have to move a long way until you hit your enemy. If your enemy has the crosshair placement, he will aim at you and shoot much faster than you. But if you have the crosshair placement, then you move just a little bit, much less than if you don't do the crosshair placement. So today I used the picker's advantage for the first time. I didn't use it. So the pistola training really helped a lot. And I got 3 kills. I'm so glad, man. I got 3 kills. But it was in the morning. I'm not sure if I can repeat this feat in the afternoon. I got 3 kills and maybe 4 or 5 assists. So it means I landed some shots while doing while trying to abuse the picker's advantage. And that is the right body peak as well. Right body peak. Uh, I don't like it, but maybe I should use it. I saw TDLTN using it perfectly. So, uh, well, I'm trying to practice the picker's advantage, But sometimes the caps lock key doesn't work in my computer when I'm pressing control. So I think that's Sergey. It has to be a hacker, so it has to be Sergey. This is unplayable. I'm playing the TDM to practice and get better, and I need to practice really hard. So man, this is unplayable. This needs to be improved and solved. There is no reason why I can't go caps lock left and control, because it looks like the right body peak, like you don't peek when you are to the right, you only peek to the left. So you don't move left when you when you're pressing control, you only move right. So I don't know, it's it's very coincidental. But man, it's unplayable like this. The lags got better, but I'm not sure for how long. The lag, the crashes, it's still crashing a lot, and the control in caps lock. Man, I need to practice. This is serious stuff. I don't know. Maybe Sergey thinks I just chilling, having fun, and man, if I punish so bad in the game, I would. If I just wanted to have fun, I would be playing something else. If I wanted to have fun, relax, and just chill, I wouldn't be playing PUBG because I get my ass kicked pretty much or most of the time. And the other thing is the Windows key. I want to practice with the Windows key and see like the feasibility. What can I use with the Windows key? What is like right now I'm trying to put less important commands on the Windows key. So because it's harder to reach the Windows key, but I think it's playable. It's not like the best thing in the world, like the Alt or spacebar, but it can be an advantage maybe. But I'll never know if I'm not allowed to try it out. So this is unplayable. I have the Windows key. I discovered this advantage, and I invented the mouse grip, the P3 and C3 mouse grip and F3 mouse grip. But the Windows key I discovered I can use the Windows key to my advantage in PUBG, a game that uses so many controls. So man, this is unplayable. I'm doing nothing wrong. I know. Yeah, Sergey is just mocking and making fun, like he likes to do to everyone else. But he's just a loser and a child, a bot moderator. So yeah, he just he set up his mind. He's decided like, no, he's not gonna use the Windows key. I won't allow him to use the Windows key. So for no reason, he's just making fun of me. I know he doesn't believe that this is macro. It's pretty obvious this is not macro. He's just trying to play as a clown because the prostitutes like it. The prostitutes look and laugh, and he knows they're laughing, and they probably come to his presence and show they are laughing, and even comment about this. And he got his wrecked cock, and they all can see and lick and suck and whatever. And but man, it makes no sense just to make fun. This is serious stuff, man. I'm really trying to see like maybe it's useful not just to me but to other people. If this works, the Windows key, maybe this could become official in the future. Like Windows itself allowing within Windows settings, you set the Windows key on gaming mode for to use it for gaming, and PUBG also you can get the Windows key, natively supported in the game by both PUBG and Windows. So if Sergey wants to show up and appear and make his presence known as a clown, so he can do other ways. He is very creative, isn't he? So why does is he doing always the same? The Windows key, fucking my Windows key, fucking my control caps lock, and well, he has other ways to show up and appear as a clown because he's very creative. We have no doubt about it. Uh, but well. So, wow, this is serious stuff, man. I know like I'm far from playing like a pro, but I'm serious about playing PUBG and trying to get good. I'm definitely not chilling and trying to have fun. If that was the case, I think I would be playing FIFA, I would be playing Forza, maybe I would be playing even CS:GO and Halo because these are much more playable. So this way the PUBG is becoming almost unplayable. I'm not sure for how long will I play like that. I'm not sure. I want to keep playing. I want to see how far can I go. And I would like to build some knowledge on the Windows key to see like what works and what cannot work. What can I use? I was trying to use the free look on Windows key and the soft aiming on the Alt key, but I cannot do that because uh, my best guess is because Sergey just doesn't want to allow it. So yeah, I don't think I'm paying $50. That's a lot of money. I don't have money for that. Like so it's out of my budget. So $50 for a software that is still not gonna work 100%. So I can just use AutoHotkey. It's a software for many purposes, including macros, but I'm not using macros. I'm just using the Windows key. So, well, unplayable. It's unplayable. I just want to do my stuff and live my life, and I mean no trouble to anyone because I'm just a choo-choo. But I I really, he can show up himself by other means, as he usually did in the past, or come up with other ways. So, man, I hope PUBG gets more playable in the future. I hope I can enjoy it more in the future. And I hope to keep my research going, my PUBG research. No, I don't need the quote, it's actually research. PUBG research going because I believe the skills I'm building by playing PUBG, a lot of skills, they transfer to real life. I believe that. I really believe that. I'm not say I don't have the mathematical proof. I don't have scientific data to back my claim, but I believe it transfers to real life. So this is my research right now. Let's see what more can I get from PUBG. So well, let's see how this goes. Something needs to be done about this. I just, the TDM is serious stuff. It may look like, oh no, yeah, you are not on Battle Royale, so this is more relaxed. So that is this control caps lock, the game crashes, the lags. But actually, the TDM is as serious as the Battle Royale because the Battle Royale, as Shokotako said yesterday on a video, if you get 10 kills in a match, it's really rare, especially for me. In 30 minutes, you are getting like 1 kill every 3 minutes, so something like that. So that's really low. On a TDM game or CSGO or Battlefield, you get much more kills more often. So this means you're practicing your aiming much more. But at that time, he didn't have TDM. But now we have TDM. So TDM is my place to practice the aiming and shooting because I never play shooters in my life. I play a little bit on console, but PC I pretty much not played it anything at all. So the TDM is really serious, especially given the high level of the players. Those top 500 players are insane. They are crazy, man. And the masters, I just get molested all the time, especially at night. So maybe, let's see, maybe I can try to play at night if I learn how to use the pre-aiming and the picker's advantage. Maybe I should try to play at night. And I'm gonna watch all the videos again because so much on the videos I need to learn more. I need to watch all those videos again and many times until I absorb everything. So much I don't know. And wow, so it may look like the battle royale. Oh, there is one leg of 2 minutes, another leg of 3 minutes. The match is like about 30 minutes. So 30 minutes without the two legs, 25 minutes. So you have 25 minutes to kill people. If you kill one person per minute, you still get 25 kills, a quarter. So what are you complaining at? This is more than playable. This is more than enjoyable, isn't it, Fantasia? Oh, so man, this is not how things work. So I hope things can get better and PUBG can become playable and researchable because I want to do the research on using control on hold for crouching. Not many people do this, and using the Windows key for functions in the game. So wow, at least for now I can say the Windows key is playable. It can be useful, but I'm not sure you can use for like major commands. So I don't think you can use like that because it's a little bit hard to reach. Not very hard, but a little bit hard to reach. So I put like commands that I have a little more time to use, like using first aid or bandage or energy drink or even painkiller. I think I can do this on the Windows key. Like it doesn't take so long. And maybe if I and my hope is if I practice a lot, I would do it even faster. That's my hope. But I cannot find this out because I just cannot use the Windows key. So man, I hope PUBG becomes playable in the future. If it not, I'm not. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the future. I really wanted to see what more PUBG can offer to me, but I need the game to be playable. So I'm not sure about the future, and the game is barely playable right now. So uh, I don't know what I'll do in the future. If I'll shift to other game or other activity, uh, I don't know. I don't know. Go back to my research and doctorate. I don't know. And I want to be streaming because I'm involved with doing other game. So, but I might be back in the future. I might be back in the future. Uh, I just want to show you my new PUBG ID. Yeah. And then I'll end the stream for now. For now. There you are, my PUBG ID. Can you see it? Now I'm silver. Oh, not bad. I started at bronze 5 in the first season. In the first season I played, I wasn't even ranked because I just gave up on the third match. But on the other season, I got bronze 5 and couldn't go past it. And this season, I was like bronze 1 and silver 5 all the time. Bronze 1, silver 5, bronze 1, silver 5. Because I quit matches, I didn't care. So I thought maybe it's fair to get silver 1 considering silver 5 considering I wouldn't quit the matches. So I didn't have friends to play ranked. So I couldn't play with my friend Fakeri, by the way, because his rank is too high now. So I just quit. I just quit the ranked in the last week to get the silver. And there you are. I got the silver, and I have some silver medals. Great, isn't it? I like this adrenaline emblem. Yeah, it looks like yeah, it's a right signal. Like yeah, it's a hard signal. I remember my cousin when I look at this. He made once a T-shirt for his music group that had this signal. So I like it. Yeah, it brings me good vibes, uh, teen vibes, good teenage vibes. So okay. Oi, mãe.
Oi, Eduardo. Eduardo, eu te dei duas notas de 50, né?
Não, acho que não.
Foi.
Depois eu olho aqui, mas acho que você só me deu uma.
Mas olha aí, porque eu tinha R$ 100 que eu levei pra
Ah, tá.
pagar.
Depois.
Aí eu tava
É, eu
junto,
acho que não deu
então.
não, mas eu vou olhar. Eu olho aqui depois. Tá bom?
Não, mas aí eu preciso saber que eu não tenho dinheiro pra pagar lá, eu tenho que pagar. Tem como você ver?
Tô olhando agora.
Tá.
Não, aqui só tem 20, 30, 40, 50. Tem uns 50 e pouquinho.
Mas
50,
você,
talvez R$ 60 é o que eu tenho aqui. Mas eu vou gastar 10 no Uber.
mas você deu pro Uber quanto? 50 ou pra
Eu dei
eles que estão
50. Eu dei
Será que
50.
não tinha duas notas de 50 junto?
Ah, sei lá. Não, acho que não. Não parecia não. Mas agora eu não vou saber.
Caramba, você me deu R$ 100. Era o que ele tinha. E eu agora fui ver aqui, não tem, eu dei 50 pra você?
Mas e aí, eu vou na consulta ou não?
Vai sim.
Tá,
Você
então
leva
tá.
esse dinheiro aí que eu tenho R$ 40 aqui, dá pra pagar lá.
Tá bom.
Eu já tô me preparando pra sair, tá?
Então tá. Tchau.
Tá, tchau.
So, okay. So, uh, yeah, you could see my emblem. I finally got silver. So yeah, maybe it's a fake silver because I stopped playing just to get the silver rank. But that's encouraging. So now I'm silver. I feel like encouraged to try to get gold and hopefully better. So let's say I just want to get gold, but I'm not sure. I think I need several hundred hours at least to master everything, the picker's advantage and the pre-aiming and everything until I can finally get gold. So I have a lot to learn. I have a lot to learn. But yeah, I feel encouraged to try to get gold. I'm not saying I'll get gold. It's very hard for someone like me in my level. But I feel encouraged by having the silver. I had the bronze that looked cool. Then I had the silver that looks even cooler. And then I might get gold and the parachute. Man, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. Let's see how far can I go. So, okay. I think that's it for this stream. And I hope to see you again in the future. Bye bye, guys.